Hi, I'm Charles Joly, Chief Mixologist of the Drawing Room in Chicago. We're here at the Esquire House in Los Angeles with DonQ rums to make some holiday cocktails for you. We're going to start with the punch I call home for the holidays. We're going to start off with 4 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 5 ounces of fresh orange juice. So important to use fresh citrus and the premium ingredients. What you get out is only going to be as good as what you put into it. We're going to add a little bit of sweetener. This is 2 ounces of simple syrup, 2 ounces of ginger liqueur, 2 ounces of drambuie, and then we need something to dilute the punch with since we're not shaking it like we would normally a cocktail. This is 16 ounces of chai tea. We use 2 tea bags to get the strength we want here. We're using DonQ Añejo here. This is a blend of rums from 2 to 7 years old, and it's going to bring a great flavor profile and complement all of these holiday flavors that we're using. This is going to be 8 ounces. The great thing about punches is if you have a larger group, you can simply double the recipe, triple the recipe, or if you have friends like mine, you might need to quadruple it. If you have a very large batch that you think might sit out for a long period of time, you can freeze big blocks of ice in the freezer overnight and then add those and they'll melt a little bit slower. Finally, we're going to garnish with some orange slices studded with clove. And that's the DonQ Home for the Holidays. Salud. Nothing says the holidays to me quite like a champagne or cava with friends. We're going to be using DonQ Cristal, which is the flagship of the DonQ line and also the preferred rum in the land of rum. This drink starts out with 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of orange liqueur, and 1 ounce of DonQ Cristal. We're going to strain it to our champagne flute and top off with a little bit of sparkling. You can use a little bit of cava here, you can use Prosecco, whatever your choice. Garnish, we're going to use a channel knife, which you can get at any home store, and cut a twist while expressing the oils over the top of the cocktail. And there we have the DonQ Jack Frost.
I'm Tony Devencenzi from Bourbon and Branch in San Francisco. I'm here at the Esquire House in the Hollywood Hills to make some holiday cocktails for you with DonQ rum. Let's get started with the Crystal Cranberry Sour. We need to utilize 2 ounces of DonQ Cristal rum, a 1/2 ounce of Grand Marnier, a 1/2 ounce of Grade A maple syrup, a 1/2 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, the whites from 1 egg. When doing an egg white cocktail, you want to make sure you're using the freshest eggs possible and also rinse them before you crack it over the glass. And lastly, a nice heaping bar spoon of cranberry sauce. I prefer my own fresh homemade, but if you don't have that, the whole berry cranberry sauce from the store will work just fine as well. Now with an egg white drink, you also want to give it a nice hard, what we call a dry shake. I want to give it a nice long vigorous shake to really build up the foam, properly chill the drink, and get the nice head going on the end that you'll see in the final cocktail. You're going to have little chunks of cranberry in there. You don't necessarily want those floating around in the drink. And for garnish, I'm going to put a spritz of Angostura bitters on there. And there you have it, the Crystal Cranberry Sour. Enjoy. Okay guys, I'm going to make you a great holiday cocktail featuring the DonQ Añejo. It's called the Dawn After Dark. So let's get started. We're going to have 2 ounces of the DonQ Añejo, being the central part of this drink. You want it to be big and bold. 3/4 ounce of an Oloroso sherry. It's going to add some slightly almond nutty notes to it, as well as a kind of rich elegance that the sherry brings to the table, and some ginger liqueur. Several dashes of a chocolate bitters. When stirring a cocktail, you want to make sure you properly stir it long enough, but not too long. Otherwise, you're going to water it down. You'll be serving this in a cocktail glass and garnishing it with a flamed orange. It's a pretty easy technique. You want to cut off a piece of orange with very, very little pith in there, as in the citric acids can cancel out the effects of the oils. You want to first heat up the orange a little bit, get those oils moving, and then over the surface of the cocktail, squeeze the oils out. So ignite the oils, caramelizing them, resting on the surface of the cocktail, and then I like to wipe the rim so that that first taste is of the caramelized orange oils. And here's the Dawn After Dark. Cheers, enjoy. And now I'd like to make you the holiday coffee break. A lovely seasonal cocktail featuring the DonQ Gold Rum. 1.5 ounces of the gold rum, okay. 1.5 ounces of a rum-based coffee liqueur, 1/2 ounce of cherry brandy, 3/4 ounce of some fresh lemon juice, and finally, just a bar spoon of allspice jam. This is very potent stuff. This is also rum-based in its origin. There's a lot of clove, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg as well in there. We're serving this in a chilled cocktail glass. And since I use fresh citrus that has pulp in it, I like to strain it through fine mesh strainer to pull that out, making a smoother, cleaner cocktail. And finally, we'll garnish it with a little bit of fresh grated cinnamon. And here we have the holiday coffee break. Cheers, enjoy, and have a great holidays from DonQ.
Hello everyone, I'm Esteban Ordoñez, DonQ's corporate mixologist, and we're going to be making some delicious festive cocktails for these upcoming holidays. So let's get started. For our apple punch, we're going to be using a 750 milliliter bottle of the Cristal, which I have right here. I'm gonna put all of that into our punch bowl. And DonQ Cristal is actually the #1 selling rum in Puerto Rico, the land of rum. Our next ingredient is a half a bottle, 375 milliliters of Applejack. And Amaro, it's a Italian bitter liqueur. We're gonna be using 8 ounces of that, goes right into our punch. And our last liquid ingredient is going to be a ginger liqueur. Adds a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness and complexity to our cocktail. We're going to give it a nice stir. We need to have these refrigerated for 2 hours. Once we have ice in the glass, we're just gonna go ahead and fill that up with our punch. And we're gonna go ahead and garnish it. Since it is a drunken apple punch, we're going to be garnishing it with a slice of apple and a cinnamon stick as a stir. And there we have it, the DonQ Drunken Apple Punch. Salud. And now I'm going to show you how to make Sancho's Salvation. For this cocktail, we're going to be using the DonQ Añejo. It's our premium aged rum. We're going to be using 2 ounces of it. We're also going to be using our sherry, dry sack sherry, the medium kind. 1 full ounce of that right into our mixing glass. Cherry herring, 3/4 ounce. Get all that in there. And 2 bar spoons of grenadine. Fill it up with a little bit of ice. And we're gonna give it a quick stir. When stirring a drink, you don't wanna stir it too much because you will over dilute the ice and therefore weaken your drink. Go ahead and strain that into a glass. A little care not to spill the ice in there. That is a wonderful holiday drink. 1 large piece of ice to that. To finish it up, we're going to just rim the glass with a little orange peel that we've fashioned into a nice little ribbon. Throw that in there. Complete our cocktail with a drunken cherry. These cherries have been marinated in our añejo rum. And so here we have it, Sancho's Salvation. Please remember to drink in moderation. Have a safe and happy holidays. Salud. Happy holidays from DonQ. Salud.
Cheers.
Enjoy.